Forward. Yes, welcome to the Vanguard Show on Black Power Media Reloaded. Today I have a very special guest that's coming. I know we got Brother Brian Hebert, artist. Brother does murals, curator, he does it all. And we also have Brother Ren that's going to be coming in a minute. But Brother Brian, again, thank you. I know it's a deja vu moment for us a little bit. But we're gonna make it do what it do. Introduce yourself and also tell us about some of the things you have going on right now.
Again, thank you, Brother Malik. You know, we go way back. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
We are, myself, like you said, Brian Hebert, artist, educator, curator, father, son, of course, muralist, illustrator, all things in arts administration, arts consultancy. If it's in the arts, man, I'm with it. Because I feel like we more than just one dimension, and we ain't just drawing and painting. We got our concepts and ideas that's worth tons of money too. So yeah, and then my upbringing, Los Angeles, California. Went to Southern University, studied art there under some really strong instructors there that had a real good philosophy of no art for art's sake. So we ain't doing it for nothing. We're gonna do it for a reason, and that's pretty much been a big part of my process as a conceptual painter, conceptual artist.
Okay.
And just building off of concepts. My artwork is inspired by a concept, an idea, a dream, an imagination, if you will, that inspires that image, that makes me motivates that image, that puts me in the process of conceptualizing, composing an image. So that's really what I got from Southern, and so I've been working that way since. I got a couple of series. One is Return of the Ghetto Bastard, which is a very Pan-African, more social political series. As a Ghetto Bastard is represented by the Akwaba out of Ghana, fertility figure, which really represents us as being the motherless child, not expected to make it, but thrives nonetheless. And that's just short. I say sometimes I describe it as like, imagine dropping off a pit bull puppy on a Serengeti, 6-week old. You know what I mean? You leave with y'all vacation and got the puppy with you, and y'all leave, the puppies, we left the puppy. And then, and you come back, like you say, that puppy dead. It's on the Serengeti. That's a dead puppy. Sorry, man. And all y'all hurt. Come back about 2-3 years later, and you see that now a dog.
Wow.
A wild dog with a king cobra in his mouth.
Oh, wow. That's powerful right there.
That's the Ghetto Bastard.
Okay, right on,
it
man.
Really represents us here.
Yes.
However you want to tell that story, but us not expected to make it, but yet we thrive. It's thrown at us, we still thrive. And then the other series is a Dope Piece of Fruit, which is one I'm currently pushing right now, as well, building that series up to prepare for a solo next year. It's the Dope Piece of Fruit series it speaks to agriculture and hip hop culture, both being life-saving, nutrient providing elements needed in life. Of course, agriculture, without agriculture, there is no culture. Ross Kofi say that all the time. Listen to the farmer Ross Kofi, he say that, and that's real. Shout out to Ross Kofi, but it's the truth. But we've lost a lot of that, And we wonder what's going on with culture. And then of course, hip hop culture has saved so many brothers in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, all the cats, hip hop was that alternative to whatever else you could have been doing that could have put you in like penitentiary type scenarios, situations. But hip hop was a lifesaver, provided more of a mental, spiritual, therapeutic nutrient. And then you had the food nutrient, agriculture. So, us stepping our game up back with agriculture so that we are giving our own bodies what's needed to survive and make it.
Right on.
Of course, so you combine those, that's what the series is dealing with. So it's called a Dope Piece of Fruit. So I'm playing with that, and you got fruit in different scenarios with headphones. It's just a somewhat minimal, not a lot, but it's definitely it speaks to what's going on with us, as far as meeting those nutrients to make it.
Oh, right on, man. And I noticed you got the wonderful shirt on, man. And I was just thinking about when you had the international exhibit. Yes, absolutely. And you
Yes,
say I'm representing Brother Boko right here.
Brother Boko right there, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Boko, rest in peace. Charles Frank, for sure.
Yes, sir. And tell me about that the international exhibit and collaborations you've been working on.
The International Spirit is a collaboration between a collective in Havana, Cuba called the Jose Marti a community arts collective, and a group, my collective that I've been working with for years. Here we call G Riot. It's something. It's a new founded collective, but we've been working together for years. So it's some of my big brothers that I went to school with, brother Setsai Ross, Pimp Brooks, Derek Brown, brothers that are set up in Louisiana. They're from California, but they're based and set up in Baton Rouge. We've been doing some stuff. We've been working with this group along with a few other artists in that on our side to show like Danny Camp, and we had Dr. Lyles. He was with us the first year, and we took basically our work to Atlanta.
Okay.
In 2019, we did a show, and that was like actually I think that was number 2. Because we did the first International Spirit, and it was done in Atlanta at the Southern Arts Center in Gallery 992. Both of those places, we had 2 locations.
Okay.
But we couldn't get the work from our comrades over here at the time. We were trying to get them here, and we were having problems making that happen. So we ended up just reformatting and decided to take the show there, of course. And we brought our own work installed and did our thing. And that was 2019. And so since then, we did a one here last year. And that was great. We were able to collect their work with a few trips. So we had work from our Cuban comrades. And so we did a bigger international show. It was cool. It was at Arts Clayton and in the downtown Jonesboro area.
Okay.
And this is Rand right here.
Oh, you couldn't get that, brother?
Okay.
All right.
What's up, Rand? Yeah, we on it right now. You can jump in. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Tell him to slide on in, brother. Fantastic voice over here.
So we did that show. We just did it in August, a couple months ago. We did artist talk, and we did a opening reception, artist talk, and we did a dope group painting, like 11 artists got on this painting, man. I'm gonna see pictures of it. It's really ridiculous, man.
Oh, fantastic!
It took us probably a good maybe an hour, 2 hours. We was just drinking beer and just chilling, puffing on cigars, and just getting this painting, man.
Oh man, that's what's up right there, brother. And I'm gonna let Brother Ren in real quick, man, because you putting it down, brother. But I'm gonna let him get some.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, he should be coming on right now. Let's see. See Brother Ren come on in.
There you go. What up, Rennie Rand?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Man, I appreciate you coming back, and we running it back, man. And again, thank you for your time, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had planned on being free this afternoon, and it ended up I ended up getting caught in traffic on 75, and so that's the kind of current state. So I apologize for being in the car.
Well, brother, be careful. That's number one. And again, it's not going to be a long interview, man. We're going to try to wrap it up in probably 30 minutes. But, if you need to, log off for a minute or whatever the situation is, let me know.
Oh, no. I should be fine, man.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
Okay. All right. And I just had Brother Brian kind of introduce himself, say who he is, and also, I want you guys to talk about the recent exhibit, Hold the Line, with 35 Black men who came together. So introduce yourself, and both you guys kind of talk about Hold the Line, and then also the current and future events you guys have going on.
Yeah. Well, my name is Ren Dillard. I am a
Thank
that.
you, brother. Thank you, man.
Yeah, but also to be able to work with Brian Hebert on the Hold the Line Volume 2 exhibition. It's a labor of love. It's something that we kind of that came out of a lot of really involved conversations that Brian and I have had over the years. And you know, a lot of times we would think, I would call him and just think that we're going to be on the phone for like 10, 15 minutes or something like that. We end up on the phone for 3 hours talking about,
Wow.
philosophy and talking about the state of kind of things in terms of politics and male-female relationships. We just kind of cover the full gambit of things. And it's really beautiful that a lot of the things that we talked about ended up in this exhibition in different variations through the different artists that we selected.
Right on, man. And could you name, I don't know, Brian still has that list, brother. I would definitely still like to recognize those brothers that was in the exhibit because it was quite historic.
Yes, I'm ready. I got it right here.
Okay, let's roll with it.
Shout out to all these brothers again, Len and myself. We're so thankful for the support, participation for these brothers. And they age range from like 24 to 89.
Okay.
Oldest artist in this show, 89, still pushing strong, and definitely somebody that we all know and admire. So the list goes as far as we're talking about my man, the phenomenal and at this time being honored. And he has a couple shows same night as you ran on the 15th of November. But he's at the Mayor's Gallery in Atlanta. So that gallery and in another space, he's having a show. But that's the OG, almighty, super dope, cool.
Let me just ask. It's Malik, correct?
Yes, it's Malik.
Can you hear Brian well?
I can hear him. Like I say, it's a little muted, but I can hear clearly what he's saying. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Maybe you kind of step up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me better, Rick? Can you hear me better?
Yeah. Now I can hear you better.
Okay. All right. So I was giving props to the elder in the show. We got a few of them, so gotta give them their props. But we're gonna start with Jim Alexander. One of the OGest artists out here, great mentor to so many. So Jim Alexander, Supreme Allah, Supreme was one of my students. I've known him since he was a kid. Now he's 24 in the show with us. Jonathan Banks, amazing artist. Dr. Yahya Bello, amazing artist. Gerald Bird, all these guys, super amazing. Gerald, super cool. Dr. Zara Clinton, Kevin Cole, the almighty Kevin Cole, my man Ralph Dillard, Najee Dorsey, another brother. I met him when he first came out here from Arkansas. Dr. Clint Fluker used to be one of my students. My man Giles, another up and coming monster abstract artist. My man John Glover, the amazing OG Sam Guilford, my New Orleans brother Sean Haynes, myself, the phenomenal, just another classic OG artist, Mr. Aaron Henderson. We got to follow Arthur Hicks, who was a cold-blooded photographer and just amazing artist. And he got a great eye. My man David Hodge from Brooklyn, New York. Reginald Laurent, the colorful and abstract, Reginald just have a ball with his work. Man, Reginald's he has the most fun of any artist, man. His whole process is just a good time. The OG Dr. Arturo Lindsay, who's a just Spellman, the whole AU Center. That dude has been around a long time. A lot of people love and respect Dr. Arturo Lindsay. Bad brother, man. His work is always hitting hard. Got my man Tony Loho. That's another OG in the game, sculptor. You know, he traveled with us, matter of fact, to Cuba. He's been there with us a couple times. Yeah, Tony's been back more times than me since he went with me the first time.
Okay.
Sean Moki, the amazing painter. Sean Moki, my man Rakumba Ned, another classic OG that's in this show. My man Arshad Norwood. That's Darius Parker, another bad up and coming killer, painter, conceptual artist. I mean, he's doing it. He's using concepts. When you see his work, you know that concepts, and that's what it is. So shout out to him, my man Richard Perrin. Richard is from Haiti, photographer, escaped to get out here for the photojournalist. You know, with some killer footage, but he escaped, barely got out of there, saved his own life getting out of Haiti. Shout out to him. My man Derek Phillips, you know, Derek, man, working with wood and doing his thing. Derek is a native, you know, Tri-City alum, bad brother, and he's one of Kevin's proteges. My man Cecil Reed Jr., dope artist. My homeboy Hopeton Sinclair with his work. You know, Tony Smart, another amazing photographer, painter. You know, we didn't have. I'll come back to that. Rick Washington. Man, Rick go a long way. That's one of my big brothers right there. And Darian West, you know, old school abstract artist. You know, his work is vibrant and big and colorful and just smack you. My man Urban Willer, the phenomenal wood sculptor. Okay. Urban Willer, man. I went to his wood studio, and his wood studio was so impressive. Wow. I mean, his studio was so impressive. The way he got his stuff stacked and worked out. Yeah. And then the phenomenal poet. Like Ram, these two, they probably are two poets in the show, but poet and what you call it's not quilting, but it's like fabricate, and the process in that category. My man Kenneth Vatu, and Kenneth is killing it with that process, and then if you give him a minute, you know, he'll get on that mic and just rip down some poetry. Wow. So these are all the artists. Now we did have 36 originally. Okay. We moved an ancestor in. His name is Levitt Thompson. But his son, who I connected with, we didn't coordinate. We couldn't get it together. His son was like in and out of town. And so trying to get the work from him in a timely manner, it just didn't work out. But that would have been great to have Levitt in the show. I had his pieces picked out. I just needed his son to connect with me, but we'll probably include that in the next one. You know, so Levitt is a well-loved artist. He had his funeral. One of his sons was at the shrine a few years ago. Right on. That kind of dude. Okay. So we, you know, that was our list right there, brother.
Man, I appreciate you definitely acknowledging those brothers along with you guys, man. I want to go to Ren now in terms of holding the line, the theme of it. And of course, you could chime in, Brian, the theme of holding the line, reclaiming Black masculinity. What inspired that theme and what was the purpose?
Yeah, well, Black male artists in particular, Black artists in general, but I think the numbers are something crazy. Like Black artists represent something like less than 5% of the national gross sales in terms of the art world, and so that's just incredible to think about. And just, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, that's like less than you're talking about, you know, 5%, and the fact that, you know, we aren't seeing any or what I think is the appropriate kind of ROI, kind of return on investment with our craft. And to me, we're the dopest, like most talented people, you know, in general, but definitely Black men, you know, we get down, especially here in Atlanta. And we are, in my opinion, we're underrepresented. You know, we're definitely underrepresented in terms of gallery representation. And, you know, we're underrepresented in terms of the collective media in general. And so holding line for me was a way to kind of counteract that and to give 35, 36, actually initially, but 35 who ended up being in the show, permission to do something that we don't normally get the permission to do, which is anything we want.
Right on.
And so, you know, all of these artists, man, everybody got down. Everybody made a statement about what it means to be a Black man in America uh, in the show. And, you know, I think that ultimately we needed to create a space for that. One of the things that Brian and I really wanted to focus on, and from talking to all of the artists involved in the show, we really wanted to, they felt the same way. We really wanted to make it a safe space, you know, where we can communicate with each other and swap ideas and hopefully establish some relationships with some of the senior artists, more seasoned artists, and some of the newer artists, and kind of, you know, build bonds that wouldn't normally happen organically, you know, on in the art scene. And so, and hopefully we did that.
Mm-hmm.
And your take on it, Brother Brian?
Oh man, it was definitely that. We were able to do what we wanted to do. Everything Red said is right on the money. It was something else I ran across earlier. Something else I ran across earlier, Rand, that I wanted to bring to this conversation, and it was something dealing with, and I can't think of it now. It was like it was early morning, and I was like, man, and I should have wrote it down. But we don't typically get a chance to do what we want to do like that, and so we end up in situations where we're trying to do what we have to do what we want to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's, and in that process, some of what you want to do may get lost in translate, maybe just lost, period, because you get sucked into doing what you have to do. Now, once your stuff of what you have to do takes off, you may get thrown completely off of doing what you really want to do.
Right.
So that's some real stuff. So, and Hold the Line gave us, we set that up. We set up that opportunity for ourselves and the other artists involved, and definitely achieved that goal. Made some noise. Our artist talk was packed house, and the conversation got had. Brilliant conversation. Men and women chiming in. Ladies was letting us know, how they appreciated the exhibition.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, man.
You know what I'm saying? So so we definitely did that, and every artist was satisfied and looking forward to whatever we do next, because it was still one of those. We represented as men, Black male artists, but definitely as artists who said, "Hey, this is what I want to do," and work was well received. The talks, the opening reception, the talks, everything that came after was all very, very just we went right. I mean, you couldn't have planned it any better. You know what I mean? So we were very pleased by that.
Oh, right on, right on. And I want to talk about you guys' current events. Brother Ren, you have a very important and inspirational exhibit coming up this weekend, right? And tell us about that.
Yeah, it's titled "Letters to Deja," and it is a collection of a body of work that basically acts as visual letters to my daughter, who is I want to say she's estranged. We kind of have some connection with each other in terms of, we send each other text messages, and, we talk to each other occasionally. But there were a lot of things and ideas that I would have loved to impart to her, the organic way, the natural ways, her father, growing up in the house with her, that I was never able to do. And I found myself creating a lot of artwork, a lot of imagery with Black women kind of coming into their own power and kind of realizing their own divinity and their own connection to the sacred feminine. And I didn't know why I was doing that. And I've been doing it actually for a few years now. Okay. But one day it just dawned on me that, wow, like these are all things, some of these ideas are all things that I would have loved to talk to my daughter about that I never got the opportunity to, at least up until this point. And so since we have been estranged, hopefully this show will kill two birds with one stone. You know, it'll be a critically acclaimed, you know, show in terms of people appreciating the work itself. Hopefully, actually, three birds. Hopefully, it'll be a commercial success as well.
Okay.
But also, and most importantly, it's a way for it's an olive branch from me to try to reach out to her and to let her know how important she is to me, and hopefully, the work speaks to that.
Okay, beautifully said, brother. And give me the time, place, date of the event.
Okay, it is at Mason Fine Art in Miami Circle in Buckhead. It's actually a beautiful gallery. That's actually where I'm coming from right now. I just the truck came and picked up all of the work, so I followed the driver to the gallery, and so we kind of placed a lot of the work. And I mean, it just looked amazing to see it finally. There's one thing to have the work in your studio,
Right.
and you know, to see it in that context, but when you actually take it out of the studio and see it actually in the gallery, it's not up on the wall yet, but you can still see the effect of the track lighting, and you know, the natural light coming in through the windows out versus the darkness kind of in your studio, the artificial light in your studio. It just makes such a huge difference, particularly with my work, because I have a lot of my work has a lot of reflective quality to it.
Okay.
And so it looked amazing. The show is actually going to be Friday night at 6 p.m. That's November 15th at Mason Fine Art in Miami Circle.
Oh, right on, brother. And Brother Brian, you have any upcoming projects, current and upcoming projects coming?
We're actually in the process of planning a show, and back in Havana we have International Spirit. It'll be part 5. We just did part 4, State of the Arts, and that was great. But from that, I was able to connect with the owner who runs the Fabrica de Art in Havana, Cuba, named Enti, and looking to do a show there. We talked about it. He said, "Send me everything you have, and let's do it." So he would connect us with his people who does the scheduling, and so I'm in the process of getting all that information to him. And the Fabrica de Art is one of the 10 best places, according to Time Magazine, in the world to visit.
Right
So
on.
we need to do that, and so that will be next year. And then I'm also planning and prepping for a solo for next year with the Dope Piece of Fruit series. So that's what I'm working on now, and that'll have a different. I'll be coming at it with various media, from drawings to some printmaking, which will be mainly silkscreen, and paintings. I'll do some in oil, some in acrylic, and just really, I might even do a couple in watercolor, but just vary it up a little bit. Yeah. So, and I'm looking at some sculptures too. So,
Okay.
you know, so yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I'm finishing some illustrations for a jazz vocalist, international arts ambassador, Myrna Clayton. So when she sees this, you know, I'm almost done, Myrna. I'm still working on it. So taking my time with her work, you know, and you know, in between other little projects, other mural projects. Kendall Ray Johnson, the youngest farmer in the state of Georgia. I'm painting a mural at her farm right now.
Okay.
And I illustrated her book on Growing Places, so they're pushing that now. So I took one of the scenes from the book and I drew it out on the back wall, and then I'm just taking my time painting that scene. So that project, you know, that's a slow project. We just got out of this hot summer, so in the summer when the heat is cracking at like 11 o'clock,
Right.
in the morning, or you do it at night, either one.
Okay, I got you.
So yeah, so we staying in the groove, man. So you know, but yeah, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Oh, right on, brother. And as we conclude, man, what advice would you give to young people who love art and they want to express themselves, for each of you, as we get ready to conclude?
Or you want to take that, B?
Well, you know, I would tell them, you know, stay on the grind, man. Believe in their vision. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop having them, you know, you having an imagination. You know what I'm saying? Because a big part of this is imagination, ideas, concepts. That's huge. You know what I mean? So stay original. you know, love yourself and be true to yourself. Be brave enough to be yourself and represent yourself. Don't be scared. The art game will throw you off. They'll tell you, "Oh, get that out of here." No, if you feel that strongly about it, then push it.
Got it. Okay, you, Brother Rand?
Yeah, just basically to veggie back off of what Brian was saying. I think the most important thing that any young artist can do is to be as much as you can 1000% authentic. You know, the market is, the market is going to try to get you to capitulate to kind of their demands. But at the same time, what makes art and what makes art really cool is when you're exposed to something that you didn't know initially, or that, you know, that came from, I like to say it came out of you, for Black artists, Black male artists in particular, you know, via Hold the Line, I like to say that it came out of your nutsack. You know,
right on. That's real.
yeah.
Okay.
And so I love the idea of just being 1000% authentic, because that's really when the chips are down and when you are really fighting against some strong headwinds. Being authentic is the thing that'll save you. I'll say this quote that I love a lot, and then pass it back to you. Is that if you do what's inside of you, it'll save you. And if you suppress what's inside of you, it'll kill you.
Wow. Well, powerful, man. Well, you brothers have been definitely some powerful inspiration to our community, brother, all over the world. Very proud of what you brothers are doing. Look forward to a lot of future projects. I'm going to try to get back to the ATL as often as I can to definitely tap in with you guys. Please share some of your social media, how people could inquire if they wanted to definitely reach out to you, social media and contact.
Mine is Instagram, BERN_174. And on Facebook, my name, Brian, and last name, Hebert, Hebert on Facebook.
Okay. And you have a contact, that's the way they contact you, brother?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Well, right on,
Yep.
right on. Okay. And you, Brother Ren?
Yeah, it's renswork.com is my social media handles, and that's consistent across all of my social media handles. So if you just Google renswork.com, and the dot is actually not a period, it's actually spelled out DOTCOM. So Renswork, RENSWORK.DOTCOM, and that'll actually put you in touch with all of my social media. And then my actual website is actually renswork.com with the period.
Sounds good, brother. And again, make sure you get home safely, brother. I really appreciate both of you brothers for coming on, and look forward to many other milestones that you brothers create.
Right on. Appreciate you.
It's an honor, privilege, and pleasure, man. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you, brother. I'll check you out later, and until next time.
All right.
Okay, brother.
All right, brother.
All right. Y'all take care. All right.